Okay, so welcome everyone, and this is a goal setting workshop for 2025. And today we are going to let's get started with a quick game. Okay, so the game, if you have a small paper and a pen handy, we could play one game, or you want to take a minute to do that. Okay, so the name of the game is blind name tag. And I would request each of you to, grab your paper and you need to write your name. Okay, you have to hold it in your forehead and then you need to write your name in this direction. So let me just demonstrate that to you. So say my name, I mean, maybe a marker would help, but it's okay for now. So you need to hold this. Okay, I'll just remove my background for now. Okay, so just write your name. Okay, that's how demonstrating that. So can you try that? Just a quick icebreaker before we start this session. Want to hold your paper and then write your name. Okay. And then once you write your name, I want to see how you do it. Okay. So you want to bring your, let's see how it looks. See on mine, see my name. My Y's gone all over the place. Eh, what about you? Okay, not bad. The N and A got mixed. Let's see, get it closer to the camera. Ashita, no, I'm not. I think it's because you blurred your background. I'm trying to make sense. So keep it, I'll check it later. Bring it closer to the camera, Sandra. How do you think it is? Okay, Kathy got it perfect, huh? Ashita, I'm so sorry, but Shubha, I guess because of the blurred thing, it's not very clear. But yeah, something I'm able to make sense. Ah, okay. How do you like yours? Okay, Shiva. You want to check how is it? Okay. All right. Perfect. So let's play another game. Are you ready? Quick game. I'll just take like a minute, and then once that is done, we will move into the session that we have planned for today. Uh, so here's the thing. Okay, I'm so sorry. So now I'm going to ask you a series of questions, say 5 questions, and it should be a one-word answer. And in your answer, make sure that you don't have the letter A in it. So who wants to go first? Or can I pick someone?
Can you repeat, Lucy? Sorry, I didn't listen properly.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you all 5 questions, okay? And it would be a one-word answer. And in that answer, there should be no letter A. Okay? So we can demonstrate. Let me ask question to Tiana. Tiana, what is your name?
Lucy.
Yeah. Who gave me that? Who gave that answer?
Me.
Okay, good. You didn't say Laura, because if she had said Laura, then there was A in it. So she said Lucy and there's no A in it. So perfect. Very good. So who wants to volunteer now? Aruna, would you like to volunteer? Because you're not on camera, so maybe I should give you a chance there.
Okay.
Okay, I'll ask you a question.
Huh.
What's your favorite fruit? Apple.
A should not be there, right?
Yeah, no A.
Lemon. Sorry. It's not a fruit.
Sorry?
Okay. Wait.
Thinking. Anybody else with the answer?
Hey, Akshay is telling kiwi.
Kiwi. Perfect. Very good. Oh, when you put people on the spot, no, this is what happens. You know all the answers, but I know what happens. Maybe, and when you put somebody on the spot, no, you will probably get all the letters with all the words with the letter A. Maybe pineapple, apple, and all sort of things. Okay. So, what's your pet's name? Who can answer that?
Tiger.
Anyone? Tiger. Perfect. Very good. So, where would you like to go on a holiday? It's open.
To the moon.
Okay. All right. Very good. Nowadays, they have holidays to the moon also. Possible. And what's your hobby?
Swimming.
Okay, wonderful. Perfect. So you got it all right, 5 out of 5. And now let's get into the session. So I know it's going to be a serious session because it's about investing on yourself and investing in your life. And this is the best time because I'm not sure if you would have the time to do this later. So I think we could do it while we are on the call. So grab your pen and paper, or a loose paper also is fine. Pen, paper, book for now. And then you can always listen to this recording later and, add to it as well. You can listen to this recording and go through it again, and if you missed anything, because this is something that will really really help. And I've also made one, and I hope that it will be a great success. So I'm going to welcome everyone, and I'm going to start sharing my PowerPoint presentation. Okay, Kathy, you're there, no? You're the moderator. There's some background noise. I'm going to mute that. If there is, okay. Kathy will take care of that. Okay, so I'm going to start sharing. And am I sharing the right screen? Are you able to see the screen? Goal setting 2025?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so this is goal setting for 2025, which is coming up shortly. And this is organized by the Helper. And Helper is an organization, and we will talk about it just in a minute. The website is www.thehelperguide.com, and we have the YouTube channel, and it's also streaming YouTube live now at the Helper Guide. Please do subscribe to get more updates on such sessions. Plus, there are a lot of motivation videos, and we'll be coming up with a lot of storytelling as well. And also something that will really help you. And this session, especially if you go back and listen to it, it will, you will be able to, you'll be able to, listen carefully, because right now we have very limited time, but later you can listen to it and start adding more to your list of goals for the year. Okay, so with that, let me move to the next slide. Who are the Helper? The Helper is a dynamic company committed to transforming lives and businesses through soft skills, behavior, and organizational development. We also have IT training, event anchoring, IT solutions, web development, a whole lot of things, but mostly focusing on training and training schools, colleges, institutions, organizations. So this is, and the idea is to create unforgettable experiences and to help foster growth. So with that, I'd like to go ahead and let's start the goal setting session for 2025. So all ready? Geared up? Hope you have a pen and paper handy so that you could make some notes. Okay. And let me see if I can add some, just my bag. Okay. Okay, here you go. But before we go to this slide, I want to give you a quick background. I'm sorry. Okay, why are we doing this and why is it important is what we need to know, right? Am I loud, audible, clear?
Yes.
Awesome. There are too many this Zoom stuff. I'm gonna move it down. Okay. Have you ever felt like, your goals slip away every year? Like you're not alone. Most people struggle to stay focused, to actually finish what they started, to feel the thrill of success. But here's the truth. This goal setting method that we are going to start off is designed to change that, because it's about results. It's not just random ideas that we're going to just talk. But if this time next year you could look back and see that your goals are checked off, even if it's not 100%, 90% or 70% or 50% at least is checked off, I would say that it's a dream come true. And so this is the time where we set our dreams, our goals into motion. And this is not wishful thinking. It's practical, it's real, and it's made to work. And it's worked for a lot of people in the past. And they say that people perish without lack of vision. So it's very important that we have a vision. So let me give you a simple example before we start. There was a research that was conducted by Dr. David Cole. He was a professor somewhere in the United States, I think at Virginia Tech. And he conducted an informal study where he interviewed 500 people about their goals and visions. And let's see what was the findings. The 80% of people that he interviewed, they had no specific goals at all. And then so now we are left with 20%. Out of the 20%, 16% had goals, but they were not written down. And 3% had written down goals, but they had no concrete plans. So they have mentioned a goal, one action here and there, but nothing concrete. And there was 1% who had written the goals and plans to achieve them. And do you know who that 1% was? They were all millionaires. I'm so sorry. So they were all millionaires. And so that's why we want to go ahead and we want to ensure that, we all write down our goals. Okay. So that is why we are going to do this exercise of goal setting. And this will be very helpful for all of us. So here we go. I'm going to the next slide. Just give me a minute. Okay, so I would want you to write down, now that you have a book and pen handy, I would want you to grab a notebook or a blank sheet of paper and give yourself like 5 to 7 minutes. And write down everything that comes into your mind. Every dream that you have, that you want to achieve. It could be a professional goal, spiritual goal, personal goal, financial goal. You want to be debt free. You want to have a good health. You want to have a relationship, marriage, spiritual, anything that comes to your mind. Write down all your goals. So I'm going to give you like a few seconds, a few minutes. Let me know if you're ready. Sorry, write down everything that comes into your mind, because don't hold yourself back. Because, they say that your goals should be out of reach, but never out of sight. Okay, so I don't want to take too much time, but we can always go back and do this again, exercise. But if you have actually captured as much as possible, then it's good. But you can always go back and add as many you can. Now just put all your dreams, like you want to be debt free, you want to make a lot of money, $1 million, or you want to have some spiritual goals, or you want to get married this year. You could have a professional goal of getting promoted this year, or taking up some courses. It could be anything, but dream big. Okay, so don't let your current situation determine what you're going to be or what you can achieve later. Maybe right now you don't have money, but don't limit yourself and say, oh no, I don't have money, so I can't. Right now, I'm not going to write that down. No, your dream should be like, you should stretch. It should be like those stretch ones. Okay, so you should be able to stretch it later. If you have a dream, you should be able to. Okay, and so bigger the better. And also there is something that I wanted to add. Thomas Edison, do you remember Thomas Edison? What did he create?
Light bulb.
Light bulb. Perfect. So Thomas Edison created light bulb. And when did he come up with this idea? At a time when there was no light bulbs. Right? So he could have thought, this is so impossible, but he still, and you know what? He tried 10,000 times. And he didn't say that, he failed 10,000 times, but he learned, ways that did not work, 10,000 times that did not work. Okay, so I guess that's the attitude that we need to have. Even APJ Abdul Kalam, we didn't have missile technology in India when he came up with that. He's called the missile man of India. And he dreamed of, building our own missiles. And he had a lot of global pressure, and, but his hard work led to the creation of Agni and Prithvi, these missiles. So making his dreams come strong, self-reliant India, he made India self-reliant, right? So let's dream big, okay? So again, don't let your current situation determine what you can achieve in the future. Just dream, write down all your dreams. Okay, so having said that, let's move to the next slide, which is visions. We are looking at, now we have put down all our dreams in that sheet of paper or in your book. And now we are going to look at a visions approach. Vision is VISION, and I think it matches with the current theme of our today's session. And we will see each of them, and this will be more like a framework for our goal setting. Okay, and what I want to do is I want you to imagine that you're standing. There is something that I want to, a quote that I want to read out. It says that if the clouds are full of rain, they empty themselves on the earth. If a tree falls towards the south or towards the north, in the place where the tree falls, there it lies. Now, hear clearly. He who watches the wind, that means he's waiting for all the conditions to be perfect, will not sow seed. And he who looks at the clouds will not reap harvest, because he'll think, oh no, it's going to rain, I cannot reap the harvest. So imagine you're standing by a field holding a bag of seeds, and you look at the sky and it's a bit cloudy and the wind is blowing, and you think maybe I should wait until the weather is just right to sow the seeds. Does that sound familiar? Well, today, let's not do that. If we keep waiting for the perfect weather, we will never be able to plant the seeds. And if we don't plant the seed, if we will not be able to sow or plant the seeds, and if we don't do that, we will not be able to reap the harvest. So let's go ahead and, today is our planting day, and let's not worry about the wind or the cloud, if the clouds loom, whatever, what matters is starting. Let's take that first step today. Okay, so here we go. Let's start with V. V stands for visualize and identify your dreams. Now we have written down a list. Now I want you to close your eyes and imagine your ideal life in 5 years. Let it be like a movie or a motion picture or whatever. Close your eyes and just imagine, chuck, 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 whatever it is, your personal life, your professional life, your promotions, your job, your relationship, your family, your spiritual life, your health goals. Just imagine how, or you want to buy a dream house, or you want to travel abroad. Just imagine, let it, flow. I'll give you a minute because some people are really imagining and visualizing it. And I really like it. You guys are awesome. Now, once you're done that, prioritize it by putting a number to it. So now you have like a whole list. Now, out of that, let's prioritize the ones that we want to achieve or we think are, realistic enough for 2025. So when you put a number on the right side of all that you have mentioned, let's take the top 3 to 5. That is something that we can use for 2025. The others, we can achieve it in the second year or the third year, because we have put like a whole list, right? So something that is realistic, something that you can do. Say, if you want to buy a house, maybe it could be a 2-year goal or a 3-year goal. For some, it could be a 1 year. For some, it could be a 5-year goal. Or for somebody, if it's a marriage, maybe it's a 1-year goal. For some, it could be a 2-year goal. So according to the top 3 to 5, prioritize it. And the top 3 to 5 is what we will focus on for today's session. So Laura is ready. Yeah, so write down your 3, write down or separate it out, or you've already, prioritized it, you've listed it down. So welcome all who have joined. We're continuing the session, but it's already streaming live and it will be available later on YouTube as well, on the YouTube channel at the Helper Guide. Okay, so write down your 3 to 5 big dreams that you want to achieve for 2025. Okay, and before we move to the next slide, I just want to give you a small, remarkable story. And this is about someone that you all know, but let's see if you can guess that. It's about someone who had almost nothing. He worked small jobs, and he possessed a unique, talent, which was stand-up comedy. And every evening, every evening after work, this person who used to drive to the Hollywood Hills, look down over the city, and he would visualize his dreams coming true. He imagined his audiences, coming, appreciating his work, receiving offers, and achieving success. So he visualized all of that. And he wrote himself a check and he did something different. Around 1985, 1987, he wrote himself a check. He wrote himself a check for $10 million. Okay. And he dated it 5 years from then. And he wrote it as acting services rendered. And he dated it for 1995 Thanksgiving. And he used to keep it in his wallet. And every time, he used to look. So it was almost, almost tattered and, deteriorated. And fast forward to 1995, just before Thanksgiving, around 3 to 5 years from then, he landed a lead role in one of the blockbuster movies called The Dumb and the Dumber. Okay, Priscilla, you are bang on. It was Jim Carrey. Perfect. It was Jim Carrey. And if you want to know whether this is something that I want to share a video with you just for a minute. So I'll stop the share.
Kafka and
Just give me a
Zookeeper.
second. I want to share.
Really that important. Many Fortune 500 companies.
And there was a opera show in which Jim Carrey did speak about this. So let me just share that video with you. And I hope the sound is clear.
For you to learn. Obviously, you knew somewhere inside yourself that you were destined to be famous, because I think it's really a marvelous thing, that visualization thing you did. Do you all read about this or hear this? That you used to go up on Holland Drive and park
every night
and visualize seeing yourself as
I'm sorry.
somewhere inside yourself that you obviously you knew. Obviously, you knew somewhere inside yourself that you were destined to be famous, because I think it's really a marvelous thing, that visualization thing you did. Do you all read about this or hear this? That you used to go up on Mulholland Drive and park
every night
and visualize seeing yourself as.
I would visualize. I would.
This is when you were broke and poor,
right? Having directors interested in me and people that I respected, saying, I like your work or whatever that is, and I would visualize things coming to me that I wanted or whatever.
This was in like 1987, 85.
Yeah. And I had nothing at that time, so it was like, but it just made me feel better. It made me, at that time, all it really was for me was kind of making me feel better. I would drive home and think, well, I do have these things, and they're out there. I just don't have a hold of them yet, but they're out there.
Okay, so you would get this from what, self-help books or whatever?
Yeah, self-help section.
Self-help section.
They've renamed it the Jim Carrey wing.
So didn't you write yourself a check? I heard that you did. Is that true?
I wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years, or 3 years maybe, and I dated it Thanksgiving 1995, and I put it in my wallet and I kept it there, and it deteriorated and stuff, but then just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million on, I think it was Dumb and Dumber, maybe.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah. So you visualize yourself like. Visualization works if you work hard.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You can't just visualize and then, go eat a sandwich.
Okay, wasn't that wonderful? Visualization helps, but it's not just visualization. With visualization, you need to put that into action. But the more you see it, right, you will be able to take more action towards it. So that way, it does really help, and then it makes you, want to work towards it and take action. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Kathy, are we good?
Yeah.
Okay, so second, so we finished visualization is very important, but now after visualizing, you just don't go eat a sandwich, but you take action towards it. And now the next part is I. So what is I? I stands for identify and write down your goals. Now we had a dream saying, I want to have $1 million. I want to get married. But did you mention how the guy should be or the girl should be that you want to get married to? Or how much debt free are you? You want to be debt free. So how many rupees you're into debt that you want to get away from? So we need to make sure that whenever you do write down your goals should be very specific. Okay, so from the 5 dreams or 3 to 5 dreams that you wrote down, choose the top, choose the 3 to 5 dreams that you're going to use for the year that matter the most to you. And also write down each of these goals in the past tense or perfect present tense, and don't get too caught up with this. Just make sure that you write it in such a way that you have already achieved it. For example, instead of saying, I want to save 1 lakh rupees, you can say, I saved 1 lakh rupees, or I have saved 1 lakh rupees. So this way, it will help us to affirm our goals, that they've already happened. Okay. So all those 3 to 5 dreams that you have set aside for 2025, write down these goals. And these goals, you need to, write down specific goals. And if you want to be debt free, write down the exact amount, 10 lakhs, 2,321 rupees and 30 paise. It could be anything, so make sure that it's very, very specific. And if you want to, want to be debt free, then you write that. And if you want to have a relationship, or something to do with, in improving on your relationship, that you're going to, visiting your family, or you have visited your parents or visited your family, say every weekend or every other weekend, or I've celebrated a beautiful wedding with 100 close friends and family at, at a wonderful venue. Mention the venue, mention the date, mention all of that. If it's buying a house, mention that I purchased my, dream 2,300 square feet dream house with 3 bedrooms, 1 kitchen, 10 bathrooms. I don't know. I'm just, kidding. Okay. I mean, just joking, but I am serious about what I'm saying. So you can write it now, or you have the idea. So you can, make a note of it and add to the list, write 1 or 2, and then maybe, add to it. So all of your dreams convert into very specific goals. Okay. And I want to also mention why we're saying that. Okay. So let me tell you something that happened years ago. There was a minister, and normally people come and pray, right? So the minister went and randomly tapped at people and said, hey, what are you praying for? And some of the people just said, nothing in particular. And the minister said that if you pray for nothing in particular, you will get nothing in particular. And there is a person called Zig Ziglar. And he said that if you aim at nothing, you will hit it every time. So let's not be those people. Let's be very specific, and let's aim for exactly what we want and be very specific, and write down those goals. Okay, so I hope, is it helping you all? I know we might go a little fast, but just write it down so that you can always revisit. So do you all want me to wait? No, my screen is here, so I'm looking down. Are you good to go? Should we go to the next slide? Okay, some messages have come. Okay, restart fitness. Yes, we will come to a little more actionable steps. Very good. Wonderful. Amazing. I'm reading your notes. Amen to all of these, and awesome. So we will, I'll go to the next. Yeah, you can write it. There could be some personal stuff that you want to write. Feel free to write it in your book. And then I will move to the next slide now. And what is the next slide? So we've got summary. We've got the dreams. We've taken a few dreams, 3 to 5 dreams that we can achieve in 2025. And then now we have set goals for each of those dreams. And those goals are very specific, exactly what we want. Okay, if it's money that you want to save, you put down the exact amount. If you want a house, you have put the particulars of the house. If it's a relationship, the venue date, the place, and all of that, right? Now we will go to the next VIS. Now what is S? S stands for milestones, setting milestones for each of these goals. Now, why do we need milestones for each of these goals? Now, say it's a long river, right? So you can't just from here put your leg on the other side and reach it like in a year's time, right? I mean, or, just jump across. But we will have to have those stepping stones, right? And the moment you step on these stones one by one, then you will be able to cross a river, right? So, and that will help you slowly guide you step by step into achieving, smaller steps to achieve bigger goals, right? So it's mostly, you call it like a sum. Success is a sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. And this was said by Robert. And so that is why we will go ahead and set these milestones. And how do we do that? We will break each goal into smaller realistic milestones. And how do we do that? Now that we have our 3 to 5 main goals, we will break that down into something that are realistic and measurable. And each milestone should have like a checkpoint, or in projects, they say toll gates and stuff. So, something like that. And if so I put down an example there. If your goal is to save 1 lakh rupees, if that is your goal, the milestone would be that every month you will save 10,000, 8 to 10,000. So if you do that, then you can achieve, because next year, December 2025, you should not say, oh no, I don't have 1 lakh. Where will I get 1 lakh from? So, we need to set smaller goals. Yes, perfect, Prashant. And I've read all your chats here, so I'm just responding here. So yes, if that is your goal, then what are we going to do to achieve that goal? Month on month, day on day also, we will look at that. But for now, let's look at like a month on month or a quarter on quarter, what you want to do to achieve that goal. So that it's, something that we can do and it's not overwhelming, right? So I'm going to move to the next slide. And I want to play this video. Let's see if this... Sorry. So this is basically, bottom line is let's break each goal into smaller steps and the importance of smaller steps. If you see the picture, I think it's a very good illustration or representation of what we just spoke about, how these smaller steps, realistic milestones can help us achieve our big goals so that it's not too overwhelming towards the end. So any questions before we move to the next? I think I spoke a lot. And I do see people chatting here. I'm so happy that you are involved in this session. Any questions, feel free to ask now. But I guess it's very clear, right? No more questions.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay. Any questions, feel free to raise your hand. Also is fine. Wonderful. Okay. So now we'll move to the next slide. Create an image board. Okay, so something similar to what you see here on the picture. Like if you have a financial goal, you have a professional goal, you have a relationship goal, or you have something that you want to save, or you want to have a house, you want to fall in love, get married, have a relationship, just put that out there in a vision board. And this vision board could be somewhere you can see every single day. Every minute you're at home, you should be able to see it. If you're in office, create a vision board in your office, or you could have it in your office. Also, can you see my, or you could put it in your book as well, like something like this. So can I not see where? Yeah. So like this, you write down your goals, you stick your pictures, get the best, quality pictures and stick it in your book so that you can see it every time. Okay. And let's go. And also one more thing that I want to add is that our mind, right? You know how our mind thinks? Our mind thinks in pictures, right? If I tell you about a house, are you seeing the words or the letters HOUSE? Or if I say that I want to buy a car, so are you seeing, do you see CAR? Or do you see a real car, right? So our mind generally thinks in pictures, in images, correct? You agree? Okay, all right. So, and if I'm thinking of a car, then I'm thinking of maybe a Mercedes or an SUV, a blue color one, or a shiny, silvery, shiny one. So, so since our mind always imagines in, uh, sees in pictures, or we imagine or we think in pictures, it's always good to have a vision mode, and it's very powerful. So find the pictures. And in fact, you know what, if you want to be a world famous, orator or speaker, then you could just take somebody's picture in a large group and then cut off that person's head and put yours, I mean, in pictures, I mean, and see it and make it a reality, because that's how it is. And you also heard Jim Carrey, what he said, right? And there is a science behind it. And when you repeatedly see pictures of what you want, your brain begins to see them as achievable. And this concept is known as RAS, like reticular activating system. So I'm not a science student. Maybe you might want to go and check that. So this, after adding a picture of a dream vacation to your vision board, you might find yourself noticing travel deals, meeting people who have been to that destination, or discovering unexpected ways to save money for the trip. So, that's why choose the right pictures, and so that resonate deeply with, your goal, and stick it there in a vision board, or in a book where you can constantly keep seeing, because they say that you become what you behold. Behold means look. So you become what you behold, and what you focus on, you create. A vision board transforms your dreams into daily motivation. So let me just repeat that. What you focus on, you create. So let's create that vision board, and we've done the visualization exercise. Now put those pictures out there and as a daily reminder. So this will help us with as a daily reminder. Wonderful. Okay, so now after I is we have the next one, which is O. Okay, this is just an image just to remind you all again. So now we have O. O is to orient yourself with daily visualization and confessions or affirmations. Now I just have a quick question for you all. If I say I am good for nothing, or I'm a failure, are those confessions? Yes, no? You can unmute.
Yes.
They are confessions, but they are negative confessions. So what we have to do is that we should have positive confessions, because there is power in our tongue. Okay, life and death are in the power of our tongue. So if we speak negative confessions, we will reap disappointment, we will reap failure. So if we sow positive words, we will plant hopeful attitudes, the proactive behaviors, and reap success. So let's be very mindful of what we speak, because if we want to achieve success in our life, in the life of our family, let's make sure that we control our mouth and be mindful of what we sow by speaking into our life, right? And did you know that every time you say something, your brain forms some neurons, or connections. The connections are called neurons. And these connections, they start to shape how you feel, how you think, and how you behave. So be very mindful of your words, because when you speak, our subconscious, our brain, receives it, and our subconscious mind, which plays a major role, will start to make it a reality. So if you speak something negative, it will start to make it a reality. If you speak something positive, it will make that a reality. So let's speak something that would be helpful, that will be beneficial, and ultimately, what we speak is how our life will unfold. So let's be very mindful of what we say. So having said that, I want you to write down, spend 5 to 10 minutes each morning, okay? And go through your vision board and put some positive affirmations and confirmations in the I am form, like I am financially free. So for all those goals, you could have like 3-4 affirmations or confessions, positive confessions for each of those goals. And you could, add to that list, and you can add it to your book again. So you can, in the next page in your books, you can, write down these affirmations. I wrote it in red. Okay. So write down those affirmations for each of your goals. You can start with one, keep adding to it. And this will be very helpful. You can, look into the mirror and, do all of these as well. This will be very, very helpful. And there is something that I want to add also, how words are powerful. Have you heard of the story of words on cooked rice? There was this Dr. Emoto. He conducted an experiment and he told the kids, he put, water cooked rice in one jar and he labeled it thank you. And in the other one, he labeled it you fool. And he told the kids for about a month, every day, twice a day, go to the thank you jar and, talk praise words or good, uh, life-giving words like you are wonderful, you're successful, you're beautiful, you are a success, you will do well in life. And to the you fool jar, he asked them to hurl insults saying, you are good for nothing, you are a failure, you can do nothing in life. And at the end of 30 days, it's that visual representation would clearly tell you that the you full jar has become moldy. and the thank you jar is still white and fluffy. And this is what happens to us as well. If we speak these kind of statements to ourselves, negative statements, see what will happen to us. So let's speak positive affirmations. Even if you're angry, try to control it. I think we should go on a strict 15-day or 21-day plan, saying that I'm going to only speak positive words, nothing negative will come out of my mouth. I think we should have partners, you can do it with your spouse or your friends who should be accountable, saying that, hey, you know what, you said this, don't do it. So it will help us to be accountable to each other. That's also a good idea. And let's only speak positive words, and not just to yourself, to your family, to your child, because sometimes we call all kinds of names to our kids also. I think we should avoid all of that, because this does uh, does make a difference. So again, going back, positive affirmations, and also it says that not just affirmations. Here the point is, orient yourself with daily visualizations and affirmations. Actually, my screen is, my picture, my screen is here. So I've been looking here and there. I mean, my camera rather. Okay. So orient yourself. And if you want to be, say, you have a goal to lose weight, then you should be able to tell those statements. If you've broken down into your milestones were 10 kgs, so I will lose 2 kgs, I'll cut down sugars, I'll cut down every month you could, or every 15 days you can, or maybe go for walking for 5 rounds, and then keep increasing 6 rounds or 7 rounds, depends on where you're going, or kilometer or 2 kilometers. So this is how we keep adding to it. And so those are those broken down milestones that you break down, and then you visualize it, and then you say positive affirmations. And if it's something that you want to say, it's about finances. I've been talking about finances because a lot of people are struggling at times. So picture yourself checking your bank account, seeing that your balance reflects the amount that you're looking for. That will make, give you a feeling of financial freedom. And you can say, I'm financially free and I have abundant resources to live my dream life, or money flows effortlessly into my life or into my bank account. And if it's something to do with promotions, you can say that, you picture yourself in a new office, leading a team, receiving, congratulations, or, from your colleagues or your bosses, or maybe you're just the boss, and, from your subordinates. And it could be anything. So visualize it, and then you go ahead and write down those affirmations, and keep saying that to yourself every day. And you know what? It's just 5 to 10 minutes. And believe me, if you just invest few minutes of this time on a daily basis, you just have to start off. It's a, initial hiccup. There will be an initial hiccup. So 15 to, around 20, around 21 days, they say, forms a habit. So once you start doing it, it will become a part of your daily routine, and you'll love to do it again. You will start seeing the results also. Maybe not big results, but slowly you could maybe see something. And so keep doing that. And I think it's time that we invest in ourselves, because we might have time to help our friends, time, and so much time that you'd want to give to your work and maybe on the phone. But why not do that to, invest in our life? So having said that, I'm moving on to the next one, is note your progress. So this is very important. Again, N stands for note the progress. So this is a daily note that you need to take. Write down the one action that you took towards your goal each day. So write down what you've done. If it's a financial, I'm just giving an example. So if it's a financial goal and you want to say 1 lakh, And in a month, you want to save 10,000. How will you save the 10,000? Every day, maybe save 10 rupees, or maybe do a part-time job where you will get some money, or maybe, write a blog or do some freelancing. You would have put that down in your milestone and note it down. If you note it down, if you keep seeing it, it will help you. So it's always good to write. And they say that, if you hold a pen and write, it helps in your memory, it helps your brain development as well. So that's also good. And make sure that, and also let me remind you that a simple and, a simple task, Thank you, brother. I was just reading the chats. So, success is, sum total of all these efforts, and all these small actions will lead to big results, and this will help us achieve our dreams. So, this is everything compounds together. And also, I want to add that, just like a snowball, I mean, I don't know what color it shows here. So, just like a snowball, as it grows and it rolls on the snow, okay, as the snowball rolls, okay, on the snow, it builds momentum. Okay, now it is so small, but as it builds momentum, it becomes, as it gathers the snow, right, it will become bigger and bigger, and bigger than what you started off. So keep rolling one step at a time, and you will be able to achieve those big dreams. So the next part is, all you need to do is keep moving forward. That's the key. All right. Don't stay stagnant. Keep moving forward, even if it is small steps. And then we have the last part of it, which is S, which is self-evaluate. We have almost 1 hour. We will try to keep it fast. This is the last part. Self-evaluate and adjust monthly. So it's always good. Like when we are in a corporate job, right? We always have to keep, we have our daily, monthly or quarterly KRAs, and then we always evaluate our team's performance, our performance. So similarly, we have to do this for ourselves also. And again, it's something that we need to invest in ourselves, and we need to take that little effort, because if you don't take that effort, then what's the point? I mean, it's your life, right? So let's make that continuous improvement to reaching goals. Let's set those monthly KRA review that you can have with yourself. Set some time aside. Say if it is a weight loss goal, right? And your goal was to lose 2 kgs, 2 kilos per month. And say you've not lost 2 kilos, but you've lost only 1 kilo. So maybe it's time for you to self-evaluate. Have I, is 2 kgs so much that to lose? Or is it something that I need to do to adjust, tweak it? Maybe I need to cut down on the sugars or not have sodas. So, or maybe I need to do exercise more, or, go for walks in the morning. So these are some things that we can evaluate. And if we need to tweak it, let's tweak it, and make sure that we are constantly ensuring that, keeping the end in mind, you are taking those steps. And also, why I'm saying end in mind is very important. Now, if you want to have coconuts, right, or you want to coconuts or pineapples or apples, right, what will you do? Will you go and get, if you want apple tree, or you want to eat apples, or want to grow apples or sell apples, or want apples for consumption, and you want it to obviously come out of the tree. So if you want an apple tree in your farm, or nearby in a small land where you stay, and would you go and get a mango seed and plant it? No, right? So you have that vision in mind, you have the end goal in mind, and then you start from here. So make sure that we take those steps, tweak it accordingly to ensure that our end result, which you already have in mind, and if it aligns properly, and adjust it. Okay, so I have spoken a lot. Anything else that you all want to add? something that you'll want to add in any of those sections, feel free, please. Okay, so I just want to add another thing is that don't let temporary setbacks discourage you. Because when you plant a seed, when you sow, right, you don't have the tree coming out immediately. It takes a root. It takes time for the roots to go deep inside. Then you will see a small, tiny, a leaf or a, twine coming out, a branch and a flower, and then it grows, right? So don't give up. So the key to all of this is don't give up, because this works. Right? It does work. Yes. Yeah. The most important thing is not to be afraid of what you really want. Yes, you dream big, because, just imagine Jim Carrey, $10 million. He hardly had money in his pocket, and he, dreamt big. He's not the only one. There are so many people that we can talk about. You can always research or read the book, Think and Grow Rich. And there are so many books out there. I'm sure those will be helpful. Read a book every day. That also is a very good habit, right? And let's not give up, because success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in, day out. And don't let your temporary setbacks discourage you. Stay focused on your long-term vision, okay? And adjust it if you require it. And also see if you have a buddy whom you can be accountable to. And this will help you all both motivate each other to achieve your goals. So having said that, we are at the end of our session. And are you ready for 2025? We are here not just to survive, but we are here to thrive. Okay. And finally, thank you all for joining. And this is a visions method that you can always go back and listen to it. Go to our YouTube channel. Please support and subscribe us at The Helper Guide. That's our YouTube channel. And do like, share. And I hope it was helpful. Do leave some comments. I will stop the share now. And let me know if you have any feedback, something that will encourage us, encourage me. You're
It
all
was
on me.
wonderful, really. Awesome session. Thank you, Lucy. Really.
Thank you so much, Aruna. I hope it
All
was.
our dreams will come true by 2025.
Yes. Yes. Even I got a specialized book for myself. I have my name written on it also. Thank you, Shubha. I'm going to remove my background now. Look at it. I mean, I could customize it. So I got my name here also. That's my book that I'm going to be writing all my stuff there. Anybody have anything else? Any questions? Feel free. Thank you for your messages, kind words. Okay, then I will not keep you all for long. It was really nice. I hope you all didn't go off to sleep. Have a wonderful 2025. We have, and why did we have the session today? Is because you have time now. You can think and write everything, because on Jan 1st, you should be ready to go, not sit and write goals and dreams and visions. So you write it now, and Jan 1st onwards, you just move forward, right? Thank you. All the best. Thank you. All the best to you all. Thank you, Robin, John. Thank you. Yes, all set for 2025. So I'm here. Thanks so much, Laura, Sandra, Kathy, Shubha.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Robin, Chana, Akshay, Adya,
Bye-bye.
Robin, John, Ashita, Deepak,
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Santosh. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Lucy, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Did I not call somebody's name? Then I'm sorry. Have a good evening. Bye-bye. I'll end the meeting. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for your heart.
Thank you. God bless. Have a wonderful Christmas time and New Year.
Thank you, John. You too. Thanks for joining.
So your channel is into what? Basically, helper guide. I think that's your organization, no?
Yes, helper, and yeah, the channel is called the Helper Guide. We are into training and
Okay.
placements. Yeah,
Where you are based?
Bangalore.
Bangalore. Okay. So I'm from Mumbai. I'm also into transformation coach and training. So we'll connect sometime. So that's the reason I
Sure.
put on the chat your number. I'll ask for a number.
Okay, okay. My number. Let me give you my number. Sure, we will keep in touch. Actually, I was born and brought up in Bombay. Bye-bye. All right, I'll end the meeting. See you all.
Okay. Thank you. Got your number.
Bye-bye.